I'm messing up so badly. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, no. It's okay. None of us are prepared. I'm actually coding right now.
I'll just showcase the character now. I'll just drop a link of the trailer in the chat.
It's up on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, then what's wrong with you?
But-
Playing the character on stream will do much more to explain than any trailer ever would.
I mean, the trailer's pretty cool because not just because it's animated by my GF, but
But it features the best character ever.
probably. You're saying that just because she's your character, right?
Yes.
Okay, you will do a lot better. You'll do a better job explaining this character than I could, so give me the tiny spiel, please.
She tiger, she hit people with laughing.
No! That's not what you're supposed to say. You're supposed to be like, Teri is a part tiger person who's from Universe LCD, and she's friends with Julie, the tiny girl that hides behind her, and at some point they split apart, sometime around high school, I believe, and then bounty hunting stuff happened, and then Terry's like, I need to protect you, Julie, for no explained reason, and then they're just like, okay, and then...
See, you got it.
And then, some stuff happened which wasn't entirely explained to me, but the most that I know about it is it involves swords and Christianity. And then Terry and Julie find themselves here in the Battle Craze universe because of the stuff with the red discs, which actually was the first time that we've seen such a thing in this trailer, because Koei is also a guest character, but that wasn't shown in that trailer. But that is perfectly understandable because it was the first trailer that that Ayasme made for this.
Yeah, that was like the first character reveal trailer we had, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it clean and break.
I'm being very coy and bashful about explaining that character, but yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it.
Yeah, so...
Two very unlikely friends fighting side by side, even though you can't see one of them, but she is technically there because she is an illusionist, which explains all of the sort of weird warping stuff that Terry does.
Yeah, like, her ability is specifically, like, she's able to manipulate other people's vision with, like, illusion.
Basically, yeah.
This is why in her blocking which is why in her blocking animation, she, like, kind of distorts a bit instead of, like, recoiling back.
Yeah.
Light Punch. And you will notice that Terry also has a thing where when she does certain attacks, she'll stand with her claws out. And then there are certain attacks that just keep her regular idle animation with her hands in the pockets. So, Light Punch, Light Kick. Strong Punch, Strong Kick. And there are two
I like my
close
little
turns.
flares like that.
Yeah, and I think both of us pulled it off really good.
Oh yeah, no, it's great.
Crouching Light Punch, Crouching Light Kick, Crouching Strong Punch, and then Crouching Strong Kick, Jumping Light Punch, Jumping Light Kick. Jumping Strong Punch is interesting because it's a multi-hit attack that is also a pretty generous cross-up.
It is the move.
And then
I would
Jumping
say.
Strong Kick, which is like your best jumpin'! Jumpin'! And then, oh yeah, we should probably talk about her unique stuff. Her Craze technique is Augur, which is this hit grab. And if she hits you with it, restand. And you will notice on the bottom left that Terry has this square icon. When you use 4 of her special moves, Augur, Huntress or Trapper, Undercurrent, and Oppress Claw, Terry will get a buff to her speed as well as other buffs to her moves. And Command Normal's forward strong punch is Puncture Claw, where she will slash you twice, or poke at you twice. And then double tap down strong punch is Tower.
It's a very weird idea that I had. I made it a double tap down because, like, it was kind of meant to be like an anti-cross-up tool, but when you're crossed up, like, holding forward or back just doesn't work.
Yeah, I can understand. And other special moves. Quarter circle forward light punch is Huntress. Also, even if you whiff her specials for her unique trait, you will still get the Blinky for the buff. And Huntress
Did you
has
say the Blinky?
the light up things, the outline of the squares. I don't know. So Huntress has 2 follow-ups. Punch is Loop Slice, a standard knockdown follow-up, and then Kick is Unleashed, my favorite Sonic the Hedgehog game, which is this? I need to test one thing. Oh yeah, right. You can't do follow-ups unless you have Unrelenting active. So quarter circle forward strong punch is Trapper, which is an anti-air variant of Huntress, but on hit, it brings it back down. But it does not hit grounded. And then quarter circle back punch is Oppress Claw. This strong overhead slash. Half circle back kick is Crowd Control, where the light version is standing, and then the strong version has a dash before grabbing, where she will pick you up and then be like, "This bench empty! Yeet!" And then her last special, quarter circle forward kick Undercurrent, which is this strong teleport thing. And now I could see if Unleashed actually does cross up on block. It does! Leo Whitefang, heyo! Oh yeah, you could also get your pips for Unrelenting even when you have it active.
Indeed. So managing that is
Easy.
kind of a big deal.
And you could refresh it too.
Yep.
And then throws, we have assist from afar is just forward.
I believe so.
And then you have the back throw. Was it just help from the shadows?
Yeah, it might be reversed, but yeah. I
I
kind of
can-
forget about those two.
I can check.
You
Yeah,
think
I
know.
gotta mix it up. But then there's a silencer. Dun-dun-dun. Okay, double quarter circle forward punch is top falls down, where she lifts up the stop sign and then she smacks it with you twice.
She smacks the sign with you?
I guess.
I
Also,
mean, she's technically right.
see how many stop signs you can stack on the screen at once.
She's a letterer.
Everybody in Battle Craze apparently is. Double quarter circle back kick is, I'm sorry for getting the names of your characters' moves.
Tear out.
Tear out, burn out, strip down. So this is tear out, which is super command grab. It also has a dash variant, but other than being a grab, you also get Unrelenting active during it.
The thing with her grabs is, as opposed to Eustacia, hers are slightly longer range, but slightly slower.
Double quarter circle forward, and both kicks is God damn it. Burnout, right? It is Burnout. Which is a full screen punish. And if you don't believe me, so have fun with that. And then the creme de la creme, quarter circle back, then half circle forward, both punches, is strip down, which is unblockable and really big. I'm really impressed that we got that looking the way it does. It looks so good.
Yeah, I was kind of worried about it, but no, I think it's pretty much perfect.
Yeah. And that's Side C Teri.
Pretty much.
So Side L Teri has some pretty simple changes. So she does not have undercurrent, but instead her forward and back dashes are teleports. Sure, Kuchida.
Yeah, she has Slayer teleports as her dash. Just call it for what it is.
But the thing is, with this, you can kind of change the distance of it. So if you just double tap, you get pretty standard distance dashes. But if you hold forward or back during each of the dashes, then you go a little bit further. But if you hold up after doing a dash, you will be up in the air.
You can also make the teleport really short if you want to like fake out, which I always really enjoy.
Also, she has a new C-Tech where she attacks you right after it. And
Actually,
also
I didn't mention that in the
automatically
command list, but
crosses
you
up.
can direct that one too. Like, you can make it go farther or shorter, the C-Tech.
You should make it so that if you're holding backwards, she just does it in place.
It's pretty close. I don't know if she'll... Like, she'll only teleport behind the opponent if she's, like, right in front of them.
I actually like this mode a little bit better than Side C, because it's just a bit simpler. I also just really like doing this. It looks so good in motion.
The teleport's fun, yeah.
So, yeah, that is Teri, a very interesting character from our very own creator.
Indeed.
Yeah. So, with that out of the way, before we get on to exhibition stuff between me and Calexo, oh god, I'm going to lose a lot. We have something else to announce. So, sometime during the development of Battle Craze, we got together a casting call for voice actors. And we got a turnout that was a lot bigger than expected. And we want to say to everybody that applied and tried, thank you, because we honestly weren't expecting something so... We honestly just weren't expecting this to happen, like, at all. And I am glad that we do have a lot of love and interest for this little project. Like, I really cannot thank enough.
Yeah, it was amazing just to see just the sheer number of people.
I need to double check that number again. Because if I remember, it was either 200 or 300 auditions. Total submissions 409?
Oh,
Jeez.
hello. Are we at the VA part? Because this is my expertise.
Yeah, when did we start this? Like, January, February? And it ended in March?
We started this in, I believe it was January. It was January 27th. Not 27th, 20-something. And we got almost over 400 auditions, which was crazy to think about. And yeah, and it ended on March 1st, and I still can't believe that it actually happened. It's actually really kind of incredible.
I think the other thing is the kinds of talent that we got for this, too. Like, yeah.
All our VAs are, like, really immensely talented, and I'm really glad that we were able to get talent as good as them, because, like, I don't know. It's kind of insane to think about.
Like, we didn't think that we could, like, actually get each character's, like, background represented the way that we could. Meanwhile, Wallace is voiced by a guy from the South, even though he's German, but...
But I am also rather proud of myself for going out of the way to find people for, you know, authentic casting, because that's something that means quite a bit to me as, you know, somebody who is, you know, a person of color. So if I can do that in some way, shape, or form, and I have like as few resources as I do, there is no excuse for others not to be able to do that. But that's another discussion for another time. I'm just happy that I was able to do it.
Yeah, let's get on with the reveal, shall we? With the current cast of Battle Craze. Okay, so Keyblade Ali Gohar on YouTube as Ajit Sinha. Our main protagonist, our poster boy, who is from India, and we managed to get somebody from India to do the role. No. We got somebody who is of that background to do the role.
Mm-hmm. He was... Excuse me, I'm tripping over my words while saying this. It's kind of surreal. But again, this is probably going to be the same for every VA. Everybody's been an angel to work with so far. Everybody's been really good about, you know, doing the lines, and if we need more lines, they're really good about just getting those finished. It's all good. So I'm really happy about that, and it's just a pleasure to actually be in the booth with some of these folks.
Yeah,
well, not some of these folks, all of these folks, because like they're really good about it, and I'm glad.
Yeah, a lot of really cool people, and I hope that we can also get some support for these people too, once we get them into the limelight.
Definitely. Please go follow these people on like their social media and whatnot, because they deserve it. They're really good.
Yeah. Next up is also really surreal to me. Heck, Ling Chan at Su Chan VA as Tsugumi. So, I got into No Straight Roads at the perfect time, didn't I? Cause
Sue's great.
Yeah,
she's super talented.
She's very great, and she's very charismatic too, and like, no wonder why she keeps getting a lot of roles. Like, dang, it really was like a dream come true to get this voice actress on this project, and this character's voice actually is gonna be implemented into the next upcoming build, so I hope that you enjoy her performance as much as we did.
We're getting the voices implemented at a steady pace, so don't worry about it. As far as full implementations go, we have a few. There's partial implementations for most characters, but it should be good enough that you know, you can actually see and hear people's performances, and that's something that I'm very excited about.
Yeah. And then, to lesser-known people, me at Janus LCV as Sherm. So, yeah, there is some bouncing around with this character's role, and then I just decided, why don't I do it myself? And I kind of sound like this. I'm joking! And I actually went through the effort of trying to get into my campus's recording studio, which apparently was for, like, radio work, and getting my lines done there.
That just shows you're dedicated.
Yeah.
I can think of no one more Sherm-like than you.
Yeah. And then we have Sam Gabriel at Saber and Blue as Wallace. Again, Saber was actually the first VA that we got on board.
He was the So funny story about this, SK, if you can tell us the story.
Oh, it's just he's an old friend of mine, and he was just like basically doing this stuff like professionally, like he was like a radio host at some point. So I was like, yeah, I just know he would love doing like announcer stuff. So I was like, hey, Saber, you want to announce for my game? And he's like, hell yeah. And then basically tried to voice every character in the game. So That was like a joke where it was just always like, oh, I could do this one, I could do this, and it's like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, he's the announcer, and he is also Walls, whose voice is also in the game. Back, like, a year ago when I thought his voice would already be in the game. But hey, better late than never. Jojo Andrus at Crusading Wind as Reaper. Yeah, I've known Crewstar for quite a while, and they are an aspiring voice actor, and they really are talented, and I'm really glad that I was able to give Crewstar a spot in something that I hope that they could get recognized in. And it's also really cool that we got a non-binary person to voice a non-binary character.
I'm really glad for Crewstar too, because they did really well as Reaper. So
Yeah.
I'm just really happy for them.
Reaper's voice is already implemented in the game. Then next up we have Nicole Vargas at Snazzle Dazzle as La Justicia. V, I think this is a role that you actually got outside of Casting Call Club, didn't you?
Very much. So with, I'll spare everybody the details, but I was having trouble finding, a voice actor who could fit the bill of Afro-Latina very well. So I went looking. Thankfully, an Afro-Latina voice actress. Somebody who I very much also look up to. I'm not sure if I'm at liberty to say her name because she's not officially involved with the project, but she directed me to Nico, and I listened to Nico's work, and I was like, this is a La Justicia voice. This is the perfect voice for this character. And that's when we got them on board, and they did amazingly well, and I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, and then I think our next voice was also one that you had to search for. Vinvoxx at Vinvoxx VA as Boundary, because Boundary had a lot of specifics that a lot of people in Casting Call Club did not meet the quota for a character that is black and trans mask.
This was one that I had to do a little bit more digging for, but thankfully, I actually managed to, believe it or not, I actually managed to find him in a casting call on Twitter. How about that? And talked to him about it, and he was like, "Yeah, sure, we'll do it. Sure, this sounds great." And we got him in the booth. Did really well as Boundary.
Yeah. And next up is one that already kind of announced themselves after the trailer came out. Trent Martin at Stellar
I guess I kind of spoiled it.
Yeah, Trent Martin at Stellar VO _FGC as Baxter.
Me, hi.
Stellar's the MVP because he was also really helpful during the casting process.
Yeah, we went to him for some pointers on getting some voices in and making the selection process be as best as we can get it to be.
Yeah, well, it was my pleasure.
Yeah, and then...
Also, hi. You can check out my work on Twitter, and you can hear me in Warframe and stuff, so...
Oh, yeah, right. We got not only do we have No Straight Roads, one of the stars of No Straight Roads, but we also have, I guess, General Mooks of Warframe?
Yeah, you could say that.
I'm not that familiar with Warframe, I'm sorry.
Definitely lots of mooks. Lots of mooks dying was a good time.
Yeah.
It's still a big W.
Yeah.
Big W, absolutely.
Yeah. And then we have Alyssa Murakami as Ikue. V kind of just landed on the first voice that we got and the only one, and it was mainly her decision because it's her character, so...
I'm gonna be real. Maybe I should have waited a bit more, but at the same time, Alyssa was the perfect Ikue voice, like exactly as how the voice was in my head. And again, another person like everybody else who was just an absolute angel to work with in the booth, and really happy with how that came out. And that's I know I'm a bit biased because this is my character, but it's still something that made me really happy.
And then Amy Smith at Amy Smith VA, I forgot the ad, as Teri. We're gonna get her voice recorded hopefully soon. Because while everybody else has at least Windows Update, please leave me alone. Because while everybody else has their get hits and their KO Scream implemented in the next upcoming build, and a few other characters have all of their voices in, Teri is going to be completely mute for this next coming update. But hopefully we can get Amy in the recording booth and get those done.
She can be high-pitched Kung Fu Man for a while, though.
Yeah, that's her temporary death cry for most characters.
Amy's super great. You should support her. She was in stuff like Freedom Planet, which is a sick game.
Any other works that I might know of that you can spitball that she was in?
That's the one that sticks out to me.
She was also in Smite, I think.
Oh yeah, I do believe she was.
Smite?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Oh, that's pretty big. Yeah, she was in the game that had Avatar: The Last Airbender and Ruwibby characters.
Ruwibby?
That's how I pronounce it, because that's how it's spelled. It's R-W-B-Y, not R-U-B-Y.
Okay, fair.
And then the last revealed character is Scott Rubb at TTTTTSD_ as Evil Sherm.
Oh my gosh. Oh jeez. Calexo, you gotta tell the story of this one, because it's funny.
Like how we picked him?
No, more just how he was really adamant about getting his added in as soon as possible.
Oh yeah, he definitely, he wasn't the first one recorded by a large margin, but he did, bother me to such an extent that I was like, okay, I'm finally gonna do it.
I actually love this character so much. He cracks me up super hard.
Yeah, he did a really good job for somebody who mainly is extremely good at fighting games. Was a commentator on something big that I forgot the name of. I wish I remember the name because it was big. Anyways, very great person. Also helped us in the playtesting process.
Yeah, MVP playtester.
T finds everything that's broken in the game and makes my life hell for it. And he got the role because he got really mad at Crash Bandicoot, so...
I completely forgot that, actually.
I mean, yeah... That's what happens when you miss a crate. You just become Evil Sherm.
Pretty much, yeah.
Also, I have to say, it's a big brain move on our part to make Sherm and Evil Sherm have entirely different voices.
I thought it was funny.
No, it's good, actually. I'm glad we did it.
Yeah. And we cannot reveal whose characters that we have to these voice actors, but I can, talk about these voice actors, right?
Sure.
So,
A
yeah.
little bit.
So,
hey, also, I'm there. Ooh.
Spoon is my middle brother. His voice is actually already in the game somewhere, but I'll keep it a secret as to where it is. And then we have Ayasme at Ubro Grill, who is responsible for editing the trailers for Battle Craze. Suzanne A. Scott at Scattersilk, who is a longtime artist, and on here for a reason that I will not say yet. V is here at Adeline V.
That's me!
Rachel Real at Rachel Real _VO. Alicia Palitza at Q33 Newu 334B.
You're supposed to pronounce that Queen Weed, Janus.
I don't care. Dr. Calexo at Dr. Calexo.
Oh yeah.
Shanna Paragalt at Shanna Does Art. Felicia Valenti at Felicia _Voices. AV Dam at AV Dam. Katie Aitken at VoiceOver Katie. And J.S. Vians, who is my eldest brother, usually known as Tentacle Sorcerer. So, yeah, that's all the voices that we got on board, and again, I am extremely thankful that we had this opportunity to work with so many wonderful and talented people, and I hope that once this game is like complete and we get more voices in, then everybody can appreciate it.
Appreciate the fruits of my labor, and SK's, because he's the one who actually has to program them in.
And I'm also there in the recording booth too. Don't forget that.
No, forget about it. Never mind.
And also, most of these voice cast decisions were mine too. You helped me along the way too, and you, Trent Martin.
I did. Yes.
So yeah, with that out of the way, I'm going to get my butt kicked to me by Calexo once this stream closes and then reopens again. See you in a few seconds.